I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times. I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up. Just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm a men in them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on the dental work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not into you. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat a.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I'll reign.
Come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game. Come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game.
your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give a now flex. While you there looking depressed, feel the get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage, acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, but you handsome. You ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your pants on. Down. The best friend, she went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting, I'm gone, yo. Headed where the homie live, cause it's on, yo. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo. So my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong, though. That's against a bro code. Headed to his home, though. No, we living solo. Vertebrae. Got this broken to his place. This shit in his face, yeah. From then I say it's evidence. You entertain my loyalty to infiltrate. The only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is a pain. You didn't know that I'm a saint. I will blow your up. Then I again. Go. Feel it in your...
Coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Evan McPherson about ready to get this going as we are underway now from Paul Brown Stadium. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Off play action, Pickett. The throw for Claypool is intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner. And the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, they run with Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Back to Mixon on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Or just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
11, Mighty, 11.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Here we go. 11.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it into game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
12, stop.
Another try for Mixon. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it.
11 Thomas. 11 MT. 11 MT.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 26. Harris will start the drive out. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, get a little toe tap to stay in.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Pickett on 3rd and 1. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put it in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are once again back in front. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 25-yard line. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, it usually doesn't work very well. And we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Third and 2, Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Pickett looking to throw on 2nd down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
Now Burrow on 1st down. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
On one, ready?
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Now Austin. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He's got this to Pickens. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
In what many term is a down year for rookie quarterbacks, the Steelers took Pickett 20th overall because they knew him better than any other quarterback in the draft. They consider him the most pro-ready passer in the class. He's got plenty of gunslinger in him as well. You give him an inch of space to make a throw, he's going to try and make it into a mile.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL started. Charles, obviously they wanted to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from it?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here we go. It's Pickett on 4th down. And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boswell good with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Here we go.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow, pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game,
the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
11.
Burrow looking to pass. He's going to look deep down the field.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On one, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Burrow's throw caught here by Taylor.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now they go play action now. Burrow, he sets to fire deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Pick it now on 1st down.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Bengals are going to get the football back at their own 17. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon, and they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. And one told me once, you know, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They go play action with Burrow. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 59 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Buying time. Pickett lost it, and the Bengals grab it. And now off to the races down the right side. The 20. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
All Trey Hendrickson did in his first season in Cincinnati was set the team's new single-season record with 14 sacks. In his last 2 seasons, one in New Orleans, he's become one of the best in the league.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. Touchdown! Najee Harris, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Boswell good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone. So we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Escaping the play. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on. And this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's Larry Ogunjobi powering through to end that play before it could get started.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
11.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. And that is caught. He's got a touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Pickett. And this one incomplete. Another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4.
Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. He's got Claypool. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Pickett to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Looking to throw here. Pickett. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on 3rd down. They run again with Harris. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock, this for the win. And it's good!